Ah! Hello. Ruined Sentinels music. Hello, and welcome to Creative Stream. By which I mean, I've definitely thought of something to do today. And I planned it and everything. Yeah. Let's get the rest of that music up and down. Up and down? What? Let's tell you what, let's just random play all of the Soulsborne music I have. To celebrate the fact that, as of today, professional artiste, précisément. As of today, I now have all achievements in all of the Soulsborne games that I've played. I finished them today because I'm like that. How is everybody? Are we all well? Let's start off on a strong point. What's a good place to start? Firelink, why not? It's nice. Atmosphere. Too hot, far too hot. It's not as bad as it was yesterday here. It's not quite as humid. And there's a little bit of a breeze, or there was until I closed all my windows. But yeah, I agree. Still hot. And it will continue to be hot for at least 3 more days. So yay. Yippity-doo. Yeah, so I played too much Dark Souls today. I was expecting to play less, but oh, hello. What on earth is that? Oh, yeah, okay, that's a thing, yeah. Forgot about that. I have one instance on OBS of a picture that's just called a picture, and I replace it whenever I need a picture. I replace it with a different thing, and I keep forgetting it's in other scenes as well. Let's change this. Look, Souls 2 bosses. That's what we're gonna do. Let's stick it over there. You thought it would be a good idea to go for a run in 20 degrees Celsius? Yeah, no, that seems like a silly idea. Hope you're alright now, though. Hope you're recovering. Got a nice cold drink. If not, get a nice cold drink. He says taking a sip of a drink that was nice and cold 5 minutes ago, but is now room temperature. So yeah. Nice cold drink, absolutely. Nice. So what are we going to draw today? We're going to draw Dark Souls 2 bosses, because why not? Funnily enough, Dark Souls 2's all achievements, not as grindy as Dark Souls 3. Who'd have thought? Still a fair old amount of grind, and I thought it would be easier than it was, but there we are. Sorry, I thought it'd be harder than it was, because there's a couple of things in Dark Souls 2. What are we going to draw to start with? Let's draw Dark Lurker. That's easy. So there's a couple of items in Dark Souls 2 that you have to beat the game. One of them you have to beat the game without dying, and the other one you have to beat the game without touching a bonfire or something. So no checkpoints, basically. And I'm not doing that, thank you very much. So I was a bit worried that was going to be a thing. But that wasn't an achievement, so that's cool. Which way round are we going to do this? He does have 4 arms, doesn't he? It's a dark, hello. How are you? Warm? I was going to say I hope so, but that's not nice. I meant I hope so as in, it would be weird if you weren't. Dark Lurker, let's get reference. For the boss that was described as a... Doris Demon. It's still very hot, yes, it is. Yes, it was described as a disturbed album cover, if I remember correctly. Its hood is pretty triangular, actually. Never noticed that. So yeah, we're gonna doodle Dark Souls 2 bosses to celebrate the fact that I have now done all achievements in all the games. Because I do not value my time, apparently. There are so many other things I should have been doing. We wish to slay the great burning eldritch god. But let me know how you get on. Okay, so we're gonna have these two. This is here. Have I ever mentioned that I need to get the hang of anatomy? He says drawing 4 shoulders. What is going on with the bottom half here exactly? I've never looked at the bottom half, and I kind of wish I never did. What is going on? Sort of tentacles. Oh no, there are feet. Oh, there are legs. It's just a weird robe. Got it. You're 3 off getting all the achievements in Remnant until the DLC drops. Marvellous. They might not change the achievements when DLC happens, unless the DLC gets its own, I guess. Because like the Dark Souls ones, they tend not to include DLC, apart from Scholar, which does, because it had the DLC pack already in it. Pre-packaged, so it wasn't DLC. But it was DLC prior to being in Scholar. Hey, oh, hey. I'm going to turn these up in my ears because I think it's louder for you than it is for me. So it might as well be accurate. They added them for the last one. Oh, okay. You're in the 2% of owners for a couple. Apparently, over 2% of people, by which I mean between 2 and 3% of people, have all achievements in Dark Souls 2 and 3, and I can't believe that's true. I did a lot of grinding for those, and I don't think anyone else would bother doing that. I like to think other people don't have that much time to waste, and I do. By which I mean I shouldn't, but I should, but I did. And then these need to go forwards a bit. It is quite tricky to work out where arms go when there's more of them than you expect. Okay, apparently I didn't put these on shuffle, but how does somebody with 4 arms fold their arms? There's the question we want to know. Also, there is no face. It is the Dark Lurker, and as a consequence, it's dark. There. It's weird. Yeah, I just want that really, don't I? I'll also one day work out how hoods work. I don't claim to know a lot. End of sentence. You gave up getting all the rings and spells because you couldn't be asked. That's fair enough. Turns out I can. I don't recommend it. But one thing I did learn about Dark Souls 2 and 3, there are differences in the new game Plus, which I don't think there are in Dark Souls 1. In particular, Dark Souls 2's got quite a few changes to like enemy placements and things. There's a bit where Duke's Dear Freya pops out before the boss fight in the cove. They actually put some stuff in there in that game. Who'd have thought? Then again, it was Scholar. I don't know how much of that was in the original. I said this was going to be cartoony, and here we are. I don't even know, because I thought this was a robe, but I'm not entirely sure at this point. One of these days I'll learn how to draw quickly, like the draw feed folk. Today is not that day. So what's everybody doing on there? Sunday? Is it Sunday? Oh no, it's Sunday. That still do. And then there's sort of like a thing that sort of goes down here like this. How do toes work? You are barefoot, aren't you? Yeah, weird. Four arms, but only 2 legs. I'm disappointed. You were working. Oh, that's a shame. That's an annoyance. That's unfair. And I, for one, will not stand for it. Yeah, anyway, here's wings. Yep. They're sort of all scraggly wings, really, so let's go for it. I said we'll do this one because it's easy. What an idiot am I. Making activities for your Gen Maths class. Marvellous. Well, that wasn't particularly a success. Let's draw a silly covetous demon. Why not? That might be easy. Covetous demon, you Jabba the Hutt. Right. Oh, you got an evil face. So here's a blob, and there's a big blob with a slightly bigger blob there, and then it just sort of goes down like that. And it's got like little arms. Got weird flappy ears as well, never noticed those. And a weird nose. Lots of weird lumpy bits. You're gonna look ugly if I do that. But you are ugly, so it sort of makes sense. How's this gonna work? Getting caught up in the details again. Let's stick some eyes in. And work it out from there. Let's sort of go up to a... This doesn't look anything like it, but I quite like it. Definitive proof that Pinwheel is supposed to be an early boss. It's an odd-looking boss when you look at it, isn't it? Solution? Don't look at it. I don't... Short of just doing all of its weirdness, I don't really know how to draw this... Draw its likeness convincingly. Yes. So yeah, Dark Souls 2 is a weird game. Like a cute troll dog. Do they have legs? Probably not. Oh no, they might have vestigial legs. Don't really know what they are. Are they legs? Oh, they look like legs. I don't know, there's not really a good picture of them. I'll assume they're a slug. It'll make my life easier. Right, so what's not right here? The mouth is wobbly, I didn't really notice that. Makes sense to put teeth in that. It's Anoobs! Hello, Anoobs. Wait, is it Anoobs or the Oobs? Might be the, you know, might be the definite article. Welcome to I've played too much Dark Souls and I have to put it, expose it to other people. Expose other people to it. How do words? It goes higher than that. It's got a... That's more like it. Big old blobby cone head. How has your weekend been? Warm, I assume? And Hannibal-esque? Well, not Hannibal-esque, I hope, but Hannibal involved. Melting as you smoke, that's not pleasant. I wish us all cool weather to come. Unfortunately, I've read the weather forecast, so that's not going to happen. But we can hope they're wrong. That's good enough. Look at that. If I looked at that, I'd see the Covetous Demon from Dark Souls 2. So, don't out Oobs' cannibalism on stream. I said nothing of the sort. I was talking about the moody lighting. Until Friday, at least. Oh, I've got it down at Thursday for me, but hang on, let's have a quick gander. Apparently for us, Thursday it's going to dip below 30 degrees on Thursday, so that's something. That's nice. Oh, that thunderstorm warning has extended from Monday to Thursday now. Lovely, great. Love Troll Dog. It's a thing. Here's the original if you're interested. That's the old bloaty slug. It's got lots of teeths. Surprisingly enough, there was no Hannibal involved. It might be coming down with something. Oh no. You like this Troll Dog? Fair enough. They have of my plans for Foggate, which, let's face it, are probably never going to happen. This one does actually have a good comic, and it's very silly. And they should probably not look like this because they're not angry. They're just sort of silly. And Grump. Well, that's 2 down. Next. Other Dark Souls 2 bosses. I did have to fight them all for the achievements. Mikalash is stuck in my head, ironically. Nazca? Let's try Nazca. Is there anything else called Nazca? If I just type Nazca into Google. No, it's just her. Didn't know whether it was a common name or anything. Am I doing all bosses? No. We did that a while ago, and horrible things happened. There's 41 of them. I don't have time. Okay, so right, Nazca. You, much like Quelaag, have the hair over the boobs. It's a recurring theme, apparently. I got quite a blocky head. Probably won't thank me for saying that, but then again, you do have a scorpion for the bottom half of you. But But feel free to, if you want to see me draw a particular boss, do let me know. Got a small nose. And quite big lips as well. No way of indicating that? Just that, I guess. I won't do more detailed versions of these characters because I have many to do. But I am going to do some anatomy and facial construction practice at some point to properly learn how to draw faces and stuff before I do commissions. Also, there's not much point doing. You do have quite strong eyeliner as well, by the looks of it. That might just be shadow, who knows. No point really doing that side of the face, is there? The hair looks sort of voluminous here. It's not really. It's quite slick in the reference I'm looking at, but anyway. No specific request. You're attempting to doodle yourself, but you're drawing a blank. That is an amazing pun. Don't know if that was intentional. As I say, when you're not able to draw a thing, you have white page syndrome, and blank is... that is white, isn't it? With a C in French? Drawing a blank? It's very good. Sorry, I explained your joke. Who is this Final Fantasy character? Wait, hang on. There will be more. And you will go, this is not a Final Fantasy character. And you will learn the error of your ways. It also looks nothing like her at the moment, so apologies. I always scrunch up people's faces, I don't know why. Also put eyebrows far too high. And that'll do. Okay, so here's a torso. That's a good reference. I imagine you are also holding one hand on your hip. Because you're like, why was I designed this way? You know what I should have done? Should have done a boss brush of Symphony of the Night. That's what I should have done. Here are some bobs. And here is the hair over the bobs. As is customary in the Darks of the Souls. That's how arms work. Did I mention that I need to work on anatomy? Have I been saying that for about a year and a half? Yes. Did you do Father Arundel and Salve Knight Gale? Salve Knight. That's a boss that should team up with the Bloodstarved Beast. It definitely needs some salve. Start the stream again. Look, It's not my fault that they did a Quelaag again. She does, however, have a stick, which is not... No, Quelaag has a sword, doesn't she? That's not fair. The big old stick. Can't really see what it is, to be honest. But it's a big old stick. You think you hear artists say about practicing anatomy at least once a week. That's my creative streams, isn't it? Oh, is this Sif's theme? It is! Oh. Best female character. Best female boss. I think Sif's female, right? Anyway, that's that bit done. Let's do the rest. Is there a side view? Oh, that's pretty straightforward, actually. Also, another thing I learned, Throne Watcher and Defender, both guys. Don't know why, just because there was always a big one and a small one. I don't know. Always thought it was male and female. Madame. Okay, so this is the bit where it's like, yep. Your legs are doing something you don't enjoy. I haven't drawn the legs yet. You will definitely not enjoy the legs. Not a spider, but actually it is. Just realised there are 8 of them. And they do look like tarantula legs, actually. Oh, there are pincers on the front. Forgot about that. Don't know how that works. Maybe these are the legs. Let's do that. Let's forwards and out. That's like a forwardy bit. It's like there and then like that. There and then that and then big old pincer. That makes sense, right? The only good thing about scorpions is that they glow under UV light. Do they? I didn't know that. Right, so like that, and then that. Need more body. It's quite long, isn't she? Also, this should be going down, not up. Going like that, and then like that. Makes more sense. This, and then this, and then. What did I say about cartoony? I said I'll do these cartoony, didn't I? Here I am! Doing another one reborn again. Ash Lake! Whoa! Rave scorpions. Yeah, if you snap a scorpion, it'll glow. Sort this now. Ah, itchy nose. What is it with streaming and itchy noses? Yeah, so no, I'm not entirely sure why she has two tails. But, you know, these things happen. So, yeah. What I should do, really, is prior to a stream like this, I should, like, look up something and then talk about it. So, today I learned... absolutely bugger all. Today I learned that the Falconers in Dark Souls 2 are very flexible. See tweet for details. I'm going to give this a sting as well, why not? I don't know why she's using the other end. But... you may remember the Falconers from Dark Souls 2 as being the ones that run funny. I was so done with the glitches earlier. It's... yeah. They already have a weird run. I think there's a thing where, like, the animations for their bottom half are different from the animations from their top half, and they're supposed to sync up, but they don't. So we ended up with whatever that was. And it happened several times. I'm glad I got it on camera, as it were. Film. And recorded. Well, there's Nashka. Not entirely sure what's going on, but it'll do. Actually, no, the legs should go in front. Yeah, sure. Next, the Rotten. Why not? This is going to be fun. If the one reborn gave me trouble, what's this one going to do? Yeah, typing rotten into Google isn't going to give you the Dark Souls boss. It's going to give you pictures of rotten fruit. How to do this in a fun way? Yeah, I've come to the conclusion that if ever I come across a glitch in a game, I will record it and I will post it on Twitter under the hashtag a well-polished game. That's my thing now. I did briefly consider doing a sort of dubbing it in my head a QA through of just playing Dark Souls 2 and trying to find as many like little bugs and imperfections as possible. You return with food. Yum. Speaking of food, the Rotten. There's lots of chains and stuff. We can use those as central motifs. Let's start with that. You're talking about how I broke DS3? I broke DS2 as well. If you haven't seen Twitter. But yeah, I liked the idea because I keep going through Dark Souls 2 and seeing things, and I'm like, I play Scholar of the First Sin. That's a re-release. They could have fixed these things, but they didn't. Okay, so general shapes. Let's start with that. So here's the head. Here's the body. The shoulders are sort of roughly here. Here's the body, and here's the mass. It's like a hovercraft. big arms. You can play Elden Ring and it's just going to refuse. To be fair, the games have been getting better. I think a lot of the Dark Souls 3 glitches I was getting... Well, actually, no, the ones with the stairs are consistent. You can do those. Having the enemy fly over your head, I use that for grinding. Having the enemy run through the stairs, you can just do that, get a bow, stand there, shoot it. No idea why that happens, but it does. But like the chapel not loading, I'm pretty sure that was just because my computer was too hot. It just wasn't loading things properly. I had a couple of crashes as well. But that one was the most remarkable. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure. Because, like, what even are the fingers of the rock? Are they limbs? I think they're limbs. No, not the cursed rotted greatwood. This also assumes that I'm going to play Elden Ring. Who even knows? There's a glitch leading up to Aldrich where if you roll at a certain point the camera gets stuck in bird's eye view. That sounds about right. There's a lot of those death cam glitches. You can use them in Dark Souls 1 to get through the doors of Sen's Fortress without opening them. So that's fun. So there are those. Oh no, there is one in Dark Souls 3 as well. I remember Bubbles Del Fuego used to do a run of that, and that was entertaining. Just bird's eye view of them running through the void. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how they're like. I think these are feet. Maybe legs. Maybe this one's a hand. Anyway, you get the idea. Not entirely sure where the other joints come from. But let's face it, at this point, they're probably not worried about things breaking. Okay, so let's do the big features. So there's the cage, with a little bit on top. A little bit like, the onion helmet. The Katarina helm. That we spent bloody ages looking for in Dark Souls 3. Bloody patches. Took it to the end of the universe just to spite us. Just because we killed him. And if we hadn't have killed him, we would have been able to do that perfectly well. Perfectly easily. What do you mean it was my fault? Right. What music's this? Guinevere? Guinevere has her own music? But yeah, I don't know of any big glitches in Dark Souls 2. There used to be a glitch where if you... Well, there used to be a glitch where the binoculars would allow you to move twice as fast as you're supposed to. But there was also a glitch where if you parried and rolled over a certain enemy, you ended up locking your height and being able thus to run out of bounds and all sorts of bits and bobs. But I don't know of any that are sort of... Well, A, that's patched out, but I haven't come across any particular ones that are sort of exiguous. Exiguous? That's not the word. Nope, I don't know what word I was going for there. I don't know of any worth showing, anyway. I like trying to find them. I did spend a little bit of time in Dark Souls 3 trying to clip through a wall on a lift. I think it might be possible, but I haven't done it yet, so... Because it's forcing you upwards, but it also goes through some weird geometry. So, I reckon you can manage it. I don't know what the point would be, but I wanted to do it. It can be a word if I want it to be. Cool. Exiguous. Noun. No, adjective. Worth demonstrating to a streaming audience. Okay, there's also a big old circle here that is attached with chains. Yep, and yep, and yep. I don't know where these chains are supposed to go, but you're going to go up here. And yep, and yep, and yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep. Yep, yep. Bim, 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 bim. Hey, Moonlight Butterfly. / Gwendolyn. So yeah, what does the week hold for friends apart from attempting to stay cool? Unless, of course, you're in a country where things are cool. In which case, good for you. I would like to borrow some, please. Yeah, no, I've got nothing worth talking about. I am bereft of interesting information. Information. Out of formation. That's how you draw chains, by the way. That's how I draw chains. You can draw them how you wish. You know, like properly, for example. Quick, cartoony. What's happening? It's not quick and cartoony, that's for sure. That's probably cartoony. It's gonna be a calm week, that's nice. It's a Chib! Hello, a Chib. How you doing? Okay, take over your arms, poison ivy. Ooh, no. Not poison ivy. Not good. How goes the Jib? So I'm just going to say that the rotten is all lumpy. To keep it simple and cartoony. Are those feet? Some of them probably. This one's going to be a hand. This one can also be a hand. But this one's going to be a hook. Do you know this, friend? This is the Rotten from Dark Souls 2. Or the... what did we call it? The Collective? And this will be a leg as well. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what this is. My guess is just a bunch of corpses that were thrown down a well, and now they became one into lump. There's a couple of faces in here. And more like, ooh. Oh, there is like an operator, isn't there? There is one that sort of sticks out at the top. It's like, I'm in charge of this thing. You're also going to have your hand on your hip, why not? Why is everyone a bizarre centaur? I didn't think of this as being a centaur, because the lower half is just lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of other bodies. Looks for nerds. I think that I think they looked at this. The Bloodborne team looked at this and went, "Yeah, we can do that better." Insert one reborn. There's a lot of outer, not much inner lump going on. There's more chains here. I'm gonna draw chains. Zip, 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 zip. Chains, chains, chains. And it's got a big old knife. Always good to have a big old knife. I'm not entirely sure how it made this knife, but apparently it's got an inside for some reason. Crunchy outside with a delicious creamy inside. It also appears to be bleeding. This is odd. I'm not going to ask. This is probably also a foot. And then the bottom is just sort of like, hey, more legs, more arms. With the what? Who? For some reason your brain thinks it now looks like he's wielding cheese. What's with the what with the who? What am I looking at? That's very strange. Thank you, miss. The bird, they're doing a dance. They're having a little dance. Yes, get your grammar correct. Grammar is absolutely vitally important on Twitch. Hello, we're in here. That's fine. Look, I didn't make this. It's fine. Is that a phoenix, right? It's Phoenix Wright's hair, right? I didn't make it, I drew it. Different thing. Next! This is art, and therefore terrible. Right. Satan. I like it. I feel like, hey, we want to do a kind of boss that's all about, like, death and the underground and all that sort of stuff. And we already had Nito, who was like a bunch of bones. Why don't we do a bunch of flesh? I quite like this as a design. It's not a great boss, but it's a cool design. And Dark Souls 3 just did another big skeleton, which was kind of boring. Except the first time you saw it, because it literally appeared out of the darkness. But other than that, this is going marginally more successfully than the Bloodborne one was. So that's something. Next boss, what are we doing? But consider more Skelly Bobs. Well, we have the Skelly Bob Lords. I've drawn them plenty of times. It had bling. It did have bling, yes. A lot of the Dark Souls 2 bosses are people in armor, so it's slightly less interesting to draw. I don't mind that, personally. It's just the feel of the game. It's more about kingdoms and knights and things like that. Lost Sinner looks like fun. Do you scroll through the list? Is that the right list? Who's to say? Yeah, we can do Lost Sinner. For a while, that was Dark's avatar. My drawing of that. Oh, it's a metal mask. Ah, okay. Well, I got that wrong. So let's clear something up. Is the Lost Sinner the person in the prison, or is it the bug? Who even knows? Dark Souls bosses are an illusion. Everything is a Dark Souls boss, and nothing is a Dark Souls boss. True. One of the things I was interested in doing is trying to take a boss from a Soulsborne game and then drawing it as a boss in a different game. So like taking a boss from Dark Souls and drawing it as if it were in Bloodborne. Or something from Sekiro and as if it was in Dark Souls 2 or something. But I don't think I'm good enough at drawing these things in order to do that. So everything just gets stuck in my style. So style mashup, but a kind of a localized one, you know, because they're all the same company with similar designers and all that. So so it's trying to be a bit more subtle, and my art style is not subtle. So I'd like to see some actual artists do that. Do you like the Lost Sinner and all the conjecture about them? They're again, it's one of those bosses where I look at them and I go, such a shame. Such a shame. This could have been interesting. Dark Souls boss as a Rayman boss. Ooh. Even then, there's a lot of style difference between the Rayman games. Are we talking Rayman 1? Are we talking Rayman Origins? Are we talking Rayman and Rabbids? There's a lot of Art of Mytha. Can't work out why. It's the Bobs again, isn't it? It's the snake and the Bobs. A neato idea. Dark Souls bosses as Armored Cores. True, that is the same company. okay, Lost Sinner, Lost Sinner, Lost Sinner. So they're very hunchy. Oh, new fun fact about the Lost Sinner in New Game Plus: they have friends. Who'd have thought? And they come in halfway through the fight and scare the crap out of me. I got something on my eye. No. First time you ever got a moonlight weapon was in an armored core. Is it in that as well? Is it bloody everywhere? Surprised Chibi hasn't suggested a boss. I'm waiting. It's gonna happen at some point. It is their avatar, after all. So yeah, they're not in a good way in terms of like. Let's have them facing this way, just for sake of. Whatever I'm gonna draw, nothing can improve on Ernstern. See, that's the thing. I didn't want to do it because I can't remember how I drew Ernstern. And I will just end up drawing Ornstein. Although, Chibi, you weren't there yesterday when I was playing Prey. Ornstein has their own office. And I killed them. You can almost feel the restraint all the way from the net. What is this? What's this egg on a... This is a top-down view of a table. We're at a catering function. A little side table here. Now I must draw and stand as a repayment. There we go. It wasn't. It was somebody called Thorstein, but it looked like Thornstein. Anyway. Okay. I think it's sort of an interesting... A lot of the starting points for Dark Souls 2 bosses feel like grounded ideas, which is very different from Dark Souls 1. So like the starting point for the Lost Sinner seems to be like a prisoner, somebody who has been in prison for a very long time, but with stylistic things that are kind of real or sort of grounded in existing lore, like the hand shackles and the iron mask and all that. Like, the design for this could have been so much more fantastical, but it feels like it could just exist. Thornstern. Everyone should put Ornstein in their game. We are ascertaining that that is the case. They're in Man of Medan. They're in Prey. I'll go with that, keep it blank. Ernstern, every game, absolutely. Is it Ernstern every game or Ornstein? Or are they all different variations? There's Thornstein, Ernstern, Ornstein. We need to find more. What a mood that face is, yeah. I have a thing about blank masks. I like blank masks. Hence, stoic. I don't know why they're standing like this. For those of you out there who are fans of Slipknot, my favourite Corey Taylor mask was the one they had with, what was the name of the album? It was the one that had Psychosocial on it. I really liked that mask. It was so different from all of his other ones. And he later talked about how it was sort of reflective of he was going through a period of depression and various bits and bobs. Various bits and bobs. What I mean is I can't remember the exact details, so I'm not going to assume. They're doing yoga. Again, grammar on Twitch, doesn't matter. We've already worked out that Gale from Dark Souls 3 is a a salve knight. Don't worry about it. Also, I just realised that the limbs should be pretty thin because of emaciation and all that. Did not really choose the best. No, this leg really should be going out here, should it? Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's do that. Are we on Gwyn already? We're on Gwyn already! We're almost through the Dark Souls 1 soundtrack. We've been doing this for an hour! Where did that hour go? My word. It matters to you... No. Yoga in Dark Souls is a thing according to our conversation on Twitter. Absolutely. Falconer as the yoga master. They've got that quick step, and they've got that yoga. I'm slightly unsettled by the fact that I haven't put clothes on this person yet. So yeah, they got the block around their hands, and they're holding the sword as much as they can with the block around their hands, and I just feel like that's a solid design for a monster in it, or for an enemy in a game that isn't fantasy, you know? In a game that doesn't have magic and dragons and stuff. It feels sort of oddly real in this game. Time flies when drawing monsters. Pin up on Steam. Ah, there we go. It's oh good GIF. Oh, look at him go! Look at him go! Do the aerobics here. Plin plin plom. Plin plom. Hey, do you remember that whole anatomy thing? Right, so what is your outfit? Here's the concept art. That's pretty good. Okay, so you sort of... Also, why do you have a sword in prison? Feels a bit of an oversight. Yeah, you get the idea. You're late, you were looking for a gift. Butt armor? I mean, they've already got like the big thigh armor, so that makes sense. Sorry, I just looked at this from afar. This doesn't look right at all. Don't worry about me. I'm just trying to remember how bodies work. Then again, this person has been rather contorted for however long. They've just got sort of scraggly things going on. Well, that's as good a drawing as you're going to get from me today. Oh, there are like shackles. Makes sense, there are shackles around the legs. There's probably a chain coming up here or something. Make more visual sense to put it up coming up here. Maybe off the middle. Maybe get them as a, they'll take your own life or you're going to be stuck here forever, but out of spite they trained in the sword, they studied the blade. Stop writing better stories than Dark Souls 2. Guess you can add Ornstein to your list of pinups. There you go. Also Smo. Stream crash, what? Is there a stream crash? I've lost 42 frames, that's pretty normal. Absolutely not. There you go. Okay, there's Lost Sinner doing a bit of a stretch. Oh, yeah, hang on, the bug. Gotta draw the bug. That might even be the Sinner, we don't know. There we go, there's the bug. Can't help it if you're filling gaps in logic, it's in your nature. It's cool. And Fren! I'm pretty sure looking at it, it is the bug, or it's supposed to look like the bug from the Bed of Chaos. By which I mean the Bed of Chaos. Which means... it toots. You draw the line at Smo. You've got to draw a lot of lines for Smo. No. How about no? Can I uninstall this GIF thing? I know I wrote it, but can I get rid of it? I'm trying to do silly jokes here about farting bugs. And here you are. Ruining everybody's brain.
Dark. No.
I've still got to fix that text-to-speech thing. I could have done that instead of playing Dark Souls all day. Next. Next boss. We are... how many down? We're 5 down, 36 to go. We're not doing all of them. Ernstern? Let's do Ernstern. See if I can remember how to draw Ornstein. Are we doing Ornstein or Ernstern? I can't remember either. The big old... remember these. Big old spiky pauldron, not pauldrons, whatever they're called. Pauldroffs. Tell you what, let's draw the actual body first, and then we'll put the armour on top. How about that? What about that for a revelation? Not sure I do. What's going on at the bottom there? I'm worried. This is too much power. Yeah. And you're the mod. As far as I understand it, on Twitch, the only point of being a mod is so that you can abuse power.
Dark, you're a criminal. This is treason.
This is treason. This is flower, son. Oh, have we got music going on? Music should be going on. Oh, it's Departure. Oh, is this the opening music from the Dark Souls 2 opening cutscene? The best thing about Dark Souls 2 that has nothing to do with Dark Souls 2. The Torquimangi. I kind of wanted him to be sort of bored, because like he was bored with Smo, but in Dark Souls 2 he ain't got anyone. He's just on his own in a room. Like, I'm assuming the old Dragon Slayer in Dark Souls 2 isn't actually Ornstein, but you never know. Hey, woo. Sitting on one of the pews. Yeah, that'll do. Don't know why I drew him so small. There we go. And it's done. Thought mods were supposed to protect. Got a sword and a crown. Which means you're approximately half of the enemies in Dark Souls 2. Oh, there you go, there's an Ornstein, an Ernstern. Yeah. Who next? 6 down, 35 to go. Ooh. You're welcome. More gifs. I can just about make that out. It's quite small on my thing. Ah. Or I can click on it. And have a look. Ooh, look at that. And it's got the different ones from 1, 2, and 3 because Ornstein's kind of in all 3 games-ish. Sort of. What bosses have I already drawn? I have drawn Dark Lurker, Covetous Demon, Nazca, Rotten, Sinner, Ernstern. That was Troll Dog, apparently. Oh, by the way, for the people who came here slightly late, the only reason I'm doing this is because I got all achievements on Dark Souls 2, and I want to advise people to not bother. It was quite nice though, because the last thing I had to do was get to New Game Plus 2 and buy some stuff from someone in Drangleic Castle, which, for those of you who've played the game, will know the Drangleic Castle is sort of 2/3 of the way through the game. And I was like, but you can open up the door to there if you just get loads and loads of souls, and it's like 1,000,000 souls. If you can get that, then you can just go through the door, and you don't have to do the first 2/3 of the game. And I was really excited about that. And then I found out that you actually need more and more souls for each new game. So on New Game Plus 2 you actually need 3 million, so I wasted my time and I ended up having to play the first 2/3 of the game again! Sorry, the game sucks. It's not too bad. I'm actually getting... I always thought Dark Souls 2 was... not the hardest, but like the one I would die at the most, just because it's difficult to get good at whatever the mechanics are in that game, because they're a bit floppy and slippy. What was the phrase? Warm, wet, and noisy? That was the one, wasn't it? Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is warm, wet, and noisy. But I'm actually, the new game playthrough was really smooth. New Game Plus, sorry. Got through that without many hitches at all. Apart from bloody Throne Watcher and Defender, screw them. I hate 2v1 fights. Which is odd, because the Congregation, Prowling Magus and Prowling Magus and the Conflagrations, the Prowling Magus and the Congregation, that's the word. I have to draw them now, don't I? That's what I'm trying to say. Am I alright there? No, I'm not. I'm too hot. The Prowling Magus and Congregation, that's like a 10v1. Because the Prowling Magus is one thing, and the Congregation is about 9. So, as the name would suggest, it is a plural. Well, it's a plural. It's not a... The congregations would be the plural, but you know what I mean. Can you have a congregation of 1? There's a question. Can't spell congregation without Greg. Which one's Greg? I don't know. I'm not going to draw them. They're boring. Anyway, my point being that I don't like 2v1 fights, but for some reason the congregation is absolutely fine. Depends on your determination. Technically, yes. We get a very... vicar with very low self-esteem. Oh, is that Amelia? Or Amelia. Who's one of the only people you see in the game who actively transforms in front of you. What am I doing? Boss. Hey! I want to draw the Flexile Sentry, but I will just end up drawing Callan Corm again. Let's give it a go. I'm going to do it with reference this time. They don't have long necks, I know that. So, always draw Callan Corm, yeah. Oh, quite the opposite. They might have long necks, but it's difficult to tell because they have high collars. And big old cute lizard faces. So, yeah, so what is exactly going on with the body? It is just one pair of legs. Down to a waist, and then from the waist come 2 torsos. Flexile Sentry has friends as well in New Game Plus. What? Somebody drew the... Somebody drew the red and blue Smelter Demon as Flexile version. Oh dear, that's horrible. Also, why are there lots of pictures of shoes? Is there a shoe called Flexile Sentry? So the thing about these guys, or these friends, I don't know. I don't know the gender of the lizard folks. Is that they have very wide mouths, and when anything has a very wide mouth, my temptation is always the same. It also must be weird to be constantly leaning forward and at the same time not falling over. Like the Tower of Pisa. Indeed, Indiza. I was watching Time Team the other day because I'm like that. And apparently well, not apparently, I saw pictures of it. There's a church in England somewhere, very old steeple of a church, that is leaning significantly more than the Tower of Pisa is, and it really looks like it's about to fall over. But it's been there for several hundred years. Wouldn't want to stand underneath that. There's a church in England? I know. I know. Surprises abound. The world is a mysterious place. I like drawing things that aren't human, because then I can't really be told that my anatomy's wrong. Next week I've got to make stickers, so I probably don't have time to do anatomy. But the week after, I'm going to actually do it. I'm going to start learning properly. Thought we were all heathens. No. We have our own church. Well, England does, anyway. So I suppose maybe to a Catholic we are. I'm going to have you with the spike going up. How do hands? How do hands? Anyone want to tell me how do hands? Speaking of anatomy, you really boned yourself again, but with the pose you chose for your doodle. You're like the master of poses. Sorry, mistress of poses? You're the gender non-specific ruler of poses. There are also Protestant churches that consider other Protestants not true Christians. Look, Christianity is just a mess, like every religion. And everybody thinks they're the real one. And there's no real reason for them to believe that. It's like any large group of people, really. We're the proper ones. Nah, you're not. They also both have left pauldrons for some reason. Not sure what's going on there. Which one's going to have the legs? Champion! There's a good word. Yes, champion of poses. And so fingies, that's all you know. Oh no, I drew sausages. You can have the legs, why not? What's going on with Foots? Oh no, I was expecting them to be all spindly and weird, but they look pretty normal. There are no pictures. And to be fair, their feet are underwater, so we will never know. Because that's how muscles work. Yeah. Never take art advice from me. Fingies can be sausages. Sausage fingies. Just slowly but surely realizing that I use myself as reference. Sausage fingers? Yes. Bad posture? Yes. It me? Yes. And underneath the water, see that they're wearing a nice... Which honestly, no wonder they're constantly stumbling around. Now how to draw, let alone walking. We catch them getting ready for a night out. Yes. One of these days I'm going to learn how to draw a cutlass. But it's not today. Yeah, that's nice. It's not right, but it looks nice. Well, there you go, Flexel Sentry. Nice socks. They're meant to be armor, but we can go with socks, why not? Cool. Next. Next. Where did things go? Ruined Sentinels? Nah. That's another instance of a boss that's sort of annoying. At least they give you a bit of a break. So long as you kill one of them first, before you jump down. Just sort of going through the game in my head now. Royal Rat Vanguard. Lots of rats. Lots and lots of rats. Do you remember that picture I did ages ago? Where is it? Probably have to be more specific than that. But, preview, you are terrible. That one. Do you remember that? It's that, but with rats. Just do that with rats. That's the Royal Rat Vanguard. Done. Who's won the posters contest again? Still the champion. Doesn't surprise me. Let's have a look at the things. Oh, GDQ's. Oh. Okay, can we for a second, those of you who have access to the Discord, just bring up Oobs' picture, and then this, and just compare the two, just side by side. I think that says everything that needs to be said. And illustrates just how much practice I need to do. One of these days, I'll actually do something. Okay, so enough of that. That was, according to my weird notation, that Willow picture was done over a year ago. I know, a year and 2 months. Who'd have thunk it? Anyway, enough of that. I do a lot already. I mean, do I? Spent like an hour on that though. I work very fast. I work very fast, and as a consequence, worse. The problem is this is the problem, is that's all I can do. I can't work slowly and better. That's not how it works. I can only do fast and bad. Anyway, next boss. I'm trying to think, going through the game in my head. We're not doing Authority. We're not doing Congregation. God, there's a lot of bad bosses on that group. We're not doing Freya. Screw that, massive spider. Easy boss as well, Freya. One of the few bosses I can fight without getting hit. Giant spider, who'd have thought? Everyone has their own thing. And I wish I had more. By which I mean, I need to actually practice to do more. Also colour. I'm having difficulty with colour at the moment, but that's a different story. Lots of great character design. I draw lots of silly things, if that's what you mean. So not that's Bone Lords. We've already done that. I always call them the Bone Lords. They're the Skeleton Lords. They're not the Bone Lords. Bone Lords is just a better name. Not doing the Executioner's Chariot because I already epitomised that. Just Uncovetous. We could do Mytha, I guess. More Bobs. Do I remember the story of the tortoise and the hare? The tortoise ripped the neck out of the cocky tit. Oops, stay away from my neck.
Ah ha ha ha, bone lords asterisk wink asterisk.
Asterisk wink asterisk. Absolutely. That was actually the basis of my Skeleton Lords Foggate comic. Literally that. One of them going, I'm sure I signed up for Bone Lords. No, it clearly said Skeleton Lords. Dun, ba, bum, ba, bum. I think they missed a bit of the convo. The bit where Dark said, we all remember the story of the tortoise and the hare. The tortoise ripped the neck out of the cocky tit. And you're the tortoise and you do amazing things! And I'm the hare and I did this. What am I looking for as a thing? Mytha. Should we do Mytha? It's a bit boring, but we can do it. Oh no! Demon of Song. Let's do the Demon of Song. The only boss in the game whose name gets exponentially worse if you do the spoonerism of it. Right. Difficult to... I don't really know what the body looks like, to be honest. Oh, it looks like that. Lovely. Okay, cool. Sort of reminded me of Reggie, to be honest. Did I take inspiration for Reggie from the Demon of Song? I still, it is, because I haven't really seen anything about it anywhere. Is the Demon of Song the thing that's singing? I know that sounds weird, but the singing stops when it notices you, but there's also the Milfinito who are apparently also singing, but I don't know. Maybe it just likes the song and it... What's going on? What's going on with the Demon of Song? There are some good designs in Dark Souls 2. Also, well, I should say there are some original, unique, interesting designs. There are plenty of good designs. They're just lacking in a bit of imagination compared to its predecessor. Compared to something like Lords of the Fallen, however, there's infinite variety. You think shooting Shrek's butt in Remnant is pretty top tier, personally? I mean, whatever floats your boat. I quite like the idea of a design meeting where we're like, we need the next design. So we're running out of ideas. Karen, anything? No. Stuart? No. Jemima? You know Shrek? Etc. I forgot about the other arms. By the way, is it the speech? Speech. By the way, has anybody seen Hellpoint, which is, as I understand, it's supposed to be a sci-fi Souls-esque game? I couldn't get past the general bland sci-fi-ness of it, but if anyone's seen it, are there any interesting designs in that? Sorry, what's the question? There's a game called Hellpoint, which is supposed to be a sci-fi Souls-esque game, but it just looked sort of very generic sci-fi, and I wondered if anyone had seen or played it. If not, no worries, obviously. Can't force you to have played something. But I was just interested to know whether or not there was anything actually worth looking at in it. Because, you know, I looked at Dark Souls at one point and went, generic fantasy, don't care. Which, I mean, I wasn't entirely wrong. Might watch an LP though. Cool. That's pretty cool. All demons and cursed undead. Cool. Ooh, the schedule. A schedule. Oh, Demon Souls. Starts off, not gonna watch that. Rayman Legends. Is there anything good in the GDQ lineup? Anything sticking out to me? Oh, Superliminal speedrun. That'd be interesting. Sorry, I got distracted. Pringles the video game. Night Trap? There's a speedrun of Night Trap. How can you speedrun that game? It's an FMV game. Oh no. I love it. Knights of the Old Republic? Less than an hour? My word. Bet there's some good glitches in that. Ooh, Pokemon Shield ending. Bloodborne. All bosses. An hour 30. Oh no. 1 hour 30 to do all bosses. Oh dear. Anyway, enough of that. Sorry, I was looking at the GDQ schedule. From what you've seen, it's a lot more gangly enemies than big chunks. Cool. Still need to replay KOTOR. I started playing it recently and then I've stopped. What a story! God, what a raconteur you are, Chris. Ace Attorney speedruns, people will speedrun anything. I've speedrun games that feel like they probably shouldn't have a speedrun. Every now and then I finish a game and I'm like, you know what? Let's try. Let's speedrun this. Why not? So I speedrun Squidlet, which is a little game made to look like a Game Boy game. I've speedrun The Room, a little point and click game. 5-minute speedrun's pretty good. Submachine, the Submachine games, speedrun those. As well as like Dishonored and bits and bobs. But I'm like, I only speedrun things for personal satisfaction rather than comparing times to other people. I like working out speedrun stuff rather than... Like, I found a glitch in The Room. I found one myself, and it's used by the proper speedrun. That was really fun. I like that. You have The Room, all 4 of them. I've only played 2. I hear the VR one's good. Hellpoint has a free version which looks to be after the main game. Oh, interesting. Anyway, there's the Demon of Song. We have 5 minutes. I'm gonna draw a dragon rider. Probably should type in Dark Souls. One day I'll learn. And I want to draw it because they're very goofy. They're big and goofy and they don't look like they could actually fit out of the doors of their room. Don't know what the VR one is, you just know the ones on iOS, you've played them on your phone a few times, they're all great. Marvellous. I like the 2 I did play. I just haven't got around to it. Doing other ones. I quite like speedrunning point and clicks. There's something satisfying about that to me. Oh, I should... maybe do like the Rusty Lake games. Do I still have my copies of the Submachine game? We could do those on stream at some point. I've never... Because I bet a lot of you don't even know what Submachine is. And to me, they were my favourite games at some point. I'm a big fan of the work of Matthias Skutnik. Although he hasn't actually put out an awful lot for a while. But anyway. We played the Rusty Lake games. They're good. Something to do with submachines? You're correct. They are atmospheric point-and-click games. Flash originally, but you can now get them for standalone. It was released as a demo of gameplay beforehand. You think it's meant to draw you in and make you want to play the main game to find out how it happened. The demo. Remember demos? I can't remember why, but the other day I was looking through the demo discs. The list of all the demo discs. Going, oh, I had that one. I had Roll Cage on demo of PS1. We played that a lot. We never got the actual game, but we played the demo a lot. Did anyone play Roll Cage? But yeah, the submachine, they're a sort of atmospheric... You're not going to get a feel of it for just looking at screenshots or whatever, and I think you can play them all online for free if Flash is still working. But you can also buy them if you want to support the person. There's also, for people who like more slightly surreal stuff, there's Daymare Town by the same person. The Fogfall, which is... no, sorry, not Fogfall. Well, there is the Fogfall, but I'm thinking of Covert Front, which is a war... Again, slightly surreal espionage war story thing. That I think actually connects up to the submachine in a weird way. But I don't know. He does good stuff, Matthias Skutnik. Or he did good stuff, I don't know if he's still... He also does comics and stuff, so... doesn't release games that frequently. You remember demo discs? You never played Roll Cage? Yeah. I think there were loads of demo discs, so... And they were probably different from territory to territory. Oh no, you look goofy and you have tiny legs. I've just seen that your legs are normal sized. Your arm is huge and your legs are tiny. But yeah, the submachine games are like sort of weird exploration into like theoretical infinite machines, but machines that are sort of infinite in multiple directions. And there was talk of like, oh yeah, there's horizontal repetition. There's a horizontal loop. If you go far enough that way, you're going to get to a loop. But there's also the vertical loop, which is scary. If you look in this microscope and look in this telescope, you're going to see the same thing. I like stuff like that. But it's just a point-and-click puzzle game, generally speaking, but I just really like the atmosphere and the art. And there is a story, something to do with lighthouses, and a cat called Einstein, I don't know. A third karma arm. There's some weird story if you want to look for it. I'll probably play them on stream at some point, because they're fun little puzzle games. I should also point out that there are a lot of them, those games, and they start off very rough. I think the first Submachine game was the first point-and-click game the person made, and by 3 they get good. Is it 3? Yeah, 4's weird as well, actually. No, hang on, it's the other way around. 2's good, 3's weird, and then 4 is... From 4 onwards is how they basically all are. And they each sort of come up with their own little gimmick and exploration thing and art style. Or as I say, if you want some sort of light-hearted surrealism, you know, not like sort of optical illusions and things, just a really weird world. Daymare Town, also recommended. this has been Crispy Recommends the Works of Matthias Skutnik. I actually have, because I supported him on Patreon back when I had money, I actually have a signed frame from one of the Submachine games, which is pretty neat. What does your halberd thing look like? I will use this fan art as reference. There's some people who do actually good fan art of these games. It's like, what am I doing? Look at that! That's really good! There are people who actually know how to draw out there. Oh no. I need to up my game. Yeah, so I'm also, just as a slightly personal thing, but it will affect, to an extent, people who support me and stuff. I am trying to refocus my efforts more onto commercial enterprises, because hey, it turns out I get very easily distracted by things I want to do, rather than things that I should do. And it's all very well making lots and lots of webcomics, but at some point, you gotta make a living. So, yeah, not sure Outliers is gonna get made now, but we'll see. There's other things that will happen, don't worry. Problem is that Outliers was fine all the time. That was the thing I was doing in my spare time, but now it's not the thing I'm doing in my spare time. Now I'm doing other things in my spare time because I don't want to do comics in my spare time. Ooh, professional. Yeah, so I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to get like commissions. I'm trying to practice enough to be confident in doing commissions. That is too high detail for the rest of this picture. So yeah, we'll see about that. But there may be a change in various bits and bobs. There is part of me who's considering maybe changing the sticker thing on Patreon to something else. You know, I could probably turn that into a doodle for anyone who supports me, because it'll be about the same amount of work and less admin. I can always go back in time. Oh, I thought you said I can always go back in time. I was like, really? Can I? Let me know how. I can always go back to it in time. I'm sure at some point Outliers will become more of a thing. At the moment, I'm using them as adverts. Yeah, two birds with one stone. I'm glad people like the stickers. But at the same time, it's a lot of work for not a lot of return, if that makes sense. And I feel bad saying that for people who are just like, oh, I love the thing that you make, and I'm glad you sent it to me. And that does make me happy, but unfortunately I'm kind of learning that the things that make me happy aren't necessarily the things that, again, make me make a living. It's hard. I feel uncomfortable sort of balancing those two things. But if I feel uncomfortable balancing those two things, maybe I shouldn't be doing this as a job. Who knows? We'll work this out. Everyone can't go back in time? Apparently not. Some of us have to stick it out. Just live with our decisions. Anyway, there's titchy little legs Dragon Rider. I'm not sure how they wrap those legs around the dragon. Heart to heart! Thank you, miss. That's very kind. And I am very appreciative of all of your support, because it is absolutely unnecessary. But you have my thanks, in the words of Eileen. I just need to really, you know, kick my head into gear and realise that that's never going to be enough. You know, I can't rely on you guys and expect that to just all work out, you know? That needs to be a really, really nice bonus, sort of people just being really nice, as opposed to something to expect, which is never should be. You know what I mean? Anywho. I'll work it out, by which I mean it'll all go horribly wrong. But I would have tried. Because hey, let's face it, there's no guarantee this is gonna work. It doesn't work out for a lot. No. Speaking of which, it deleted everything. As if a portent. That's going below the earth, so that's in the floor now. I just need to get comfortable with this. It's the opposite. I need to get uncomfortable with this. There's no guarantee it'll go horribly wrong. No, but there's also no guarantee that it'll go fine, and that I should just assume it'll all go fine. I need to adjust according to things. I'm in a great position. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I need to change, not the situation. You're chatting to a local artist today. In her words, you just have to do it. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I need to do. I need to do it. I need to actually do it. Speaking of which, I need to design stickers. Again, those of you who are supporting, if you have any nice little words that you want to see on stickers, let me know, because that's what I've got to do. Got to design nice slogans and things, and happy words. I don't have many ideas at the moment, but I'm sure I'll come up with plenty. Yeah, do what though? That's the problem. Still don't understand how to do it. Yeah, there are also lots of things you could do. Yes. Nothing worth doing is ever easy. But what if it is? What if there is the thing that is easy and it is worth doing? You know, saying thank you. That's worth doing to somebody who's done a nice thing for you, and it's easy. Say thank you. Anywho. Enough angels advocating. Oh god, I just looked at that logo. Those stripes are very out of line. No. Never am grump. Fair enough. All guidelines you look at is step 1, have 50,000 followers on Twitter. Yeah, as somebody who has been hovering around the 950 followers mark on Twitter for many months, I can tell you that it's not how many you have, it's what they do. You know, if all of those 950 people turned into active supporters and contributed in some way monetarily to my business, then that'd be great. I wouldn't be worrying about anything. You know, if all of them chipped in like 50p every month, I'd be fine. But they don't. Most of them are just people who are just following someone they like the comics of, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's like, you can't thus use that as a metric of success. You have to look at something else. Follower counts, like counts, retweets, that sort of stuff. It's not really... It's an indicative of what people like, but it's not indicative of success. So, you know, these things are valuable. They're just not valuable... They're not the be-all and end-all. But I don't know. I'm not the sort of person who wears a pink shirt and tells you how to... you know, motivate yourself to run your own business. I'm a guy who doesn't know what he's talking about at all. I set up Patreon where I said I'll do a quick half-hour doodle for you if you support me for $15, and I'm now doing doodles that take me like 4 or 5 hours because I like the people I'm doing them for. Don't tell me how to run a business. Don't ask me how to tell you how to run a business, I mean. Because I'm bad at it. Anywho, I'll work it out. Thank you everyone for coming along. It's got very, very real at the end. No, you! Anywho. Ask Try how to run a business. Try knows what he's talking about. Try is the brains of everything. Is it good? Thank you for coming to stream. I didn't have a plan for this, as you can probably tell. On Tuesday, I also don't have a plan for that. I can't even remember what I put on the thing. What did I put on the thing? Oh, I put that on the thing. Of course I did. Yeah, so I think maybe we could... Oh no, I thought we might do the picnic drawing. Try and do a proper version of that. Sketch that out. Honk! Yeah, we might have a crack at that. Give it a go. Bomb! Hey! Yeah, don't shout that in a train station. Picnic? Yes. Because like, it's one of those things where when you have a picture with lots and lots and lots and lots of things in it, as I used to do quite frequently, it's always hardest to just get everything down. But once it's down, you can start actually planning a bit better. So now I have a rough sketch version of it. I can start going, okay, let's make a one that looks nice. So maybe we'll sketch that on Tuesday. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe we'll end up doing music or a game. Not a clue. We'll find out. After these short messages, which will last approximately 2 days, and consist largely of a blank screen. Thank you for coming along. Thank you for keeping me company. Thank you for your very lovely words of encouragement. I'll work stuff out. That's not a short message at all. Well, it is in comparison to the long one. The long one is currently going on a mixer at the moment. Goes to show you how long that is. So yes, I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope next week is excellent for you, and I hope it's... I was going to say I hope it's cool, but there's nothing I can do about that. I hope you find ways of making it cool. Yeah. I intend to try. I hope you have a good day, and look after yourself, because poison ivy? What? Look after yourself. You had a good time. I'm glad you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed Ernstern, at the very least. Yeah. Have a wonderful week, everybody. And, yeah. Goodbye.